the most part, it seems fine.
It's like 1/4 of your That's like our entire it's ASIJ.
So I think we're good. You're right, it does not. Actually, I don't know. Okay, and the sound comes out of there. That's the most. I don't know if that was the best option, but that's what ended up happening.
You can make it come out of there.
If you, the sharing is on, so it's the controls are probably at the top hidden right now.
Yeah. Oh, there. Yeah. I gotcha. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
What's that?
Okay. And then you want the audio.
Is that the same?
Speaker conference cam.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah. That'll be better.
All right, guys, can you all come over here? Please gather around for a brief non-social distancing moment. Everybody up, come over here. Come on over here. Please. We're quite nervous. The laser beam, you know. Don't mess with the man with the laser beam. When you come up, you need to be in line with the tape. So if you step out here, you're going to fall out of view. At least your head will. Okay. So you're between the tape, right? And there's plenty of room between for you guys to socially distance, and that's where your eyeballs go. Look basically at the blue. Look at the blue light. Just look at the blue light. It'll guide you. Okay. And then the slides are set up, so it's just one team after another in the order that you guys wrote on the board. You have the remote, and you can progress once we click the right button. And hopefully, I might be talking.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know, hopefully you guys can hear me. My name is Takuo from Venture Cafe Tokyo. We are just about to get ready for these pitches for these in collaboration with ASIJ. We have student entrepreneurs getting ready for the Young Founders Summit this weekend as we prep. But before that, I just want to welcome everyone. Thanks for coming by, and also give me a little spiel on how today's flow will go. First, this session is going to be in English. So for those of you who might not understand English, we don't have any support in Japanese for this particular session, but please keep that in mind. 皆さん、こちらのセッションは日本語ではなく英語となりますので、そちらだけご注意くださいませ。そうですね。And next, for people watching on Zoom who are not familiar with Zoom, there's a couple of ways of watching this session. One is on the gallery side, where you can see it with everybody who's involved in this session currently. And also we now have one with the speaker view, where you can watch the person who is speaking. So those little two things will kind of maximize your pleasure or your enjoyment of this session. So please keep that in mind. Again, after this, we will have about an hour of session time. And then after that, we have provided a virtual networking space for those of you who would like to network with one another along with the speakers. I know some of the speakers can't stay, but if they can, they will do so. And also, please, while we are hearing these pitches, please mute your mic so that we don't talk over our special presenters. And finally, if you would like to comment or give feedback or ask questions, use the chat function below. It should be on your desktop or laptop on the underneath right there, or I think on, believe in a tablet or a smartphone on the top right or something like that. So please do so there. And then after each pitch, I think Jason will give us a little bit more information, but there should be a QR code that where you will be able to give feedback directly to the teams. So keep that in mind, get your cell phones or your QR readers ready. And then from there, I will let Jason take it away as we are getting started right here, 4 p.m. Jason, good luck to all the teams and take it away.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jason Cancella, and I'm a teacher at the American School of Japan. And for the last 2 years, I've been running an entrepreneurship course in partnership with Syracuse University. There are 30 students in the course, and today in 10 different teams, they're going to share with you work that they've done on challenges or problems they themselves have identified and solutions they've developed on their own to try and address those problems. As Takwa mentioned, at the end of some of those presentations, there'll be QR codes that will allow you to provide feedback to particular presentations if you're interested. And the hope is, depending on timing, after 5 presentations, we'll pause and open things up to Q&A. If anyone has any direct questions they want to ask, you can just name the particular topic or project, and that group will come up and address questions if you have any. Thank you very much. I'm going to turn it over to the students.
Hi, anyone else got anxiety? Hi, my name is Hannah, and I found out that I had anxiety way back in middle school when my parents signed me up for my first ever tutoring session. I was terrified. I did not want to get tutored. Clammy hands, butterflies. This is not only a problem. See, I was not alone in this struggle, as 1 in 3 adolescents also deal with some form of anxiety. To help combat this, our team has created Ambitio, a tutoring service that helps connect middle schoolers with struggling middle schoolers with high school students. By breaking down the otherwise awkward 10+ year age gap and connecting tutors based on personality and interests, middle schoolers will not only feel more comfortable, but more inclined to do the work with their newfound role models. As a high schooler student, I've also noticed a huge lack of job opportunities and leadership opportunities. Our app will fill this need as well.
We came up with a few questions to ask ourselves. How can we help middle school students struggling with a lack of one-on-one help? How can we help parents find tutors and mentors for their child? And lastly, how can we help high school students who lack work experience? We wish to find a solution where high school students can find opportunities to teach and gain learning experience while also finding a solution to fulfill parents' needs. Ambitio will work in a way such a way that middle school parents can list jobs for high school student tutors to tutor their child in numerous subjects or mentor and help organize their child with their workload. Parents are then able to select one of the tutors that apply to their job based on their classes they've taken, grades, and extracurriculars they deem the best fit for their child. The app will work in a way that parents can choose the hourly rate to pay the tutor. Like any other job, the potential student tutors will be thoroughly vetted by our team and through teacher recommendations. Once parents decide on a tutor or mentor, they can message them and arrange a time to meet. The meetings would be online, and you can request individual or group tutoring depending on what your child needs or prefers.
In order to demonstrate what Ambitio is capable of, we've created our MVP, our minimum viable product. That is a Google site that we've created where you can find tutoring jobs for, or as a student, you can find tutoring jobs. Here, parents can upload their jobs or classes that their students need help with, and that'll be put in as a Google form where the students, our Ambitio vetted tutors will be able to reply and find jobs.
From the surveys we have conducted, we are able to understand what both middle school students and parents are looking for in a high school student. From this information, we have adjusted our platform to cater to both organizational and tutoring purposes. Additionally, interviews with both parents and school faculty have confirmed that there is interest in our platform. We found that parents and the MS vice principals would be interested in organization and mentors for middle school students to help guide them through their schoolwork and help them to be the best student they possibly can be. By helping improve executive functioning skills and tutoring to students, our platform will serve to help a wide range of students. In addition, middle school students have shown that they would be interested in group learning opportunities, and they would also prefer high school students as tutors as they are more relatable. We are also currently in the process of working with our school's safeguarding coordinator to ensure that our platform would be safe for both middle school and high school students. From our survey results, we have found that 43 high school students would be interested in tutoring and mentoring middle school students. And we are also in the process of working with middle school parents to understand their interest regarding our platform.
Based on previous surveys we sent out to middle school parents, we found that 25% of them were interested in trying out Ambitio. Through this, we can calculate how much our estimated revenue would be for every week. The average amount charged for a tutor would be 2,500 yen, and we found that the average amount of hours they wanted per week was almost 1 1/4. We take one tenth of that of the money that's being paid out to the tutors, which would give us approximately 25,000 yen a month. We can add more features to our app, which would come as in-app purchases for the tutors and for the parents, so they can find better fitting tutors for their students, which could bring our revenue up to around 40,000 yen per month or per week. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Chloe Murdoch, and my teammates. Hi, I'm Chloe Murdoch, and my teammates Emily Hirata, Sarah Anderson, and I are founding an organization called Chill Pill Japan that aims to finance and raise awareness on the morning after pill in Japan. The problem that we identified is the inaccessibility of the morning after pill, also known as Norlevo in Japan. While in the US, it is sold over the counter at local drugstores, in Japan, it requires a doctor's appointment and prescription. On top of that, it costs between $100 and $200 and needs to be taken within a 72-hour window, making it very hard to get a hold of. This inaccessibility comes with severe ramifications, since women are then forced to endure the possibility of becoming pregnant or choosing to have an abortion. In a recent survey conducted by 2 prominent sexual health organizations, 32.8% of women stated that they gave up trying to obtain Norlevo. The main reason that they were unable to access it was the high cost. This demonstrates the need for financial help in allowing more people to access the pill.
In order to increase the accessibility of the morning after pill in Japan, we developed a reimbursement system that will pay for part of a woman's Norlevo fee. If a woman decides that she needs Norlevo, she will get a doctor's prescription and will buy the pill with her own money. Later, she will contact Chill Pill Japan through email and will send us a receipt of her doctor's fee and prescription. Once the documents are checked, we will reimburse the woman with 30% of what she paid in order to get a hold of the pill. In order to generate revenue for the reimbursement system, we decided to create a self-sustaining clothing brand. The first product we are selling is crew necks. We actually designed this on Sunday, but it's also up there. Each crew neck will cost 6,000 yen, or approximately $60 US. And as we gain more revenue, we hope to expand our products to include merchandise such as bags, stickers, and keychains. We are also working on an education system using social media platforms such as YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook, and Instagram. Here we'll be posting videos and posts raising awareness on sexual health. We eventually hope to do so through a partnership with an OBGYN to help us spread the word about ways to avoid having to use the morning after pill in the first place, but also how to manage being in a position where it is necessary. We also created our company website where we'll be raising awareness, providing resources, and also selling our merchandise. This is our MVP, where through a Google form, we asked people if they would be interested in buying a crew neck. We got 62 responses saying yes.
One of our go-to marketing strategies is word of mouth, which would entail contacting friends and family to support the business and spread the word. We will also utilize social media platforms to get influencers to promote our brand and create educational content that raises awareness. Through email marketing, we will send out regular emails about sales and discounts to retain customers and make people more inclined to buy from us the second time.
We are aiming to target Japan as a whole with our merchandise. Our current goal is to gain an audience in France, spread awareness, and help out women domestically. We plan to sell the merchandise for about 6,000 yen or $60 US, which puts the limit on the audience we cater to. Our total addressable market starts with charitable organizations in Japan. The yearly revenue came out to be $7.4 billion. Next, the serviceable addressable market is a fashion industry with revenue, which is $14.1 million. As we are a startup and are yet to gain access to such industries, our current serviceable obtainable market is high school students in international schools in Tokyo. Since each of us have connections with such students through social media, we decided that that was where we were going to start. For this, the potential revenue is $270,000. As Sarah mentioned, with the survey conducted, we received 62 responses through our Instagram audience. But we calculated the logistics of the revenue split by setting up a scenario if we were to sell to all of the respondents. Selling each crew neck for $60 gives us a total revenue of $3,720. Subtracting the cost of buying and customizing the crew necks, we are left with a total profit of $3,088. As we are a self-sustaining business, we are planning on allocating 70% of the donations, which leaves us with $2,163 and the rest for investments. The cost of the pill in Japan ranges, so we estimate the total bill and paying 30% would subtract $45 from the total fee. Dividing the donation revenue by 45, we are able to help approximately 48 women. Thank you for your attention. If there are any questions, feel free to email us at chillpilljapan@gmail.com or fill out the survey. Thank you.
Okay.
Hi, we're Stylistic Doggy, and Joe will be starting us off.
In 2020, where most of the world population have now experienced isolation, remote work, and quarantine boredom, pet ownership is ever increasing. At the core of this trend is new dog owners.
Sorry.
It's okay.
We seem to be experiencing some technical difficulties.
We, Stylistic Doggy, focus on finding the perfect dog walking route for both the owner and their beloved companion. Through an app, we intend to provide information on those routes regarding the likes of population, automobile density, water spots, nearby stores, and more. My colleague Josh will now explain the logistics behind the app we created and the user interface. We, Stylistic Doggy, focus on...
Oh, okay. So I'll be talking about the user interface next. We designed a user interface for an application where users can share and record their walks with others on their smartphone device. Similar to other running, cycling, and more recently, COVID tracing apps, we will utilize the in-phone GPS to gather information about their walk. This will be a free app and only takes a few easy steps to sign up. Input your email, name, birthday, and password, and you're all set. Mark will go further into depth about how we plan to use user information to accrue revenue. With in-app settings, you can have the app notify you when either your friends or new routes emerge near you. So when you sign up, this is what your profile will look like. The app will display your latest walks and suggest nearby routes, accessing your GPS location, and tell you the average time it takes for other users to walk the same route. This can all accumulate to a fun game where you can connect with your friends, and the app will create a leaderboard to see who walks their dog the most. Now, once you select your desired route, you'll be greeted with walk information. This will give you information about a map overview, the average rating for past users, including the date they walked, and the rating experience. We hope that this sleek and simple design will attract users, and we tested people's engagement through a website that we built that Mark will talk about.
Like Josh mentioned, Stylistic Doggy is a mobile phone-based service and will be free for all users. Regarding revenue, we plan to sell user data and have advertisers place ads on our app. Since our user base mainly consists of dog owners, we will be able to provide companies for dog-related products an effective space for displaying their products. As a part of our MVP, we created a website that gives potential users a rundown for what our service is all about. It shares our mission statement, the UI design, and includes a quick description of how we ended up with this product. With the site created and ready to share, we asked our friends from ASIJ and other international schools such as BST, SMIS, and SASEN to subscribe to the site if they would be interested in our service. Within a week's amount of time, we received 22 subscription notifications, which gives us a sense of reassurance for the demand for this service.
Sorry about that.
Just click right on that.
Through our service, we plan to combat the persistent issue of euthanization in dog shelters. As avid advocates, we want to continue fighting for this problem in support of local dog shelters by donating a portion of our profits and funding them for necessary utilities. Furthermore, we will use our app to spread awareness of the Adopt, Don't Shop movement, where we look to promote responsible dog ownership. We offer those who desire recommended routes, convenient and helpful information, a place to store this data to guide their walks, all in one product. Dog owners, if you seek a better experience for both yourself and your beloved dogs, Stylistic Doggy is for you.
And if you have any feedback, you could scan this QR code and it will redirect you to a link for any feedback about our pitch. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Today we would like to introduce to you Naturally, a platform where parents can easily find and purchase allergen-free and/or organic products for children and for the household. Up to 500,000 children under elementary school in Japan are reported to have food-related allergies, according to a report contributed by hospitals and research centers, including Showa University. On the other hand, a report by the European Society of Pediatric Allergy and Immunology concludes that mothers of food-allergic children have increased anxiety and stress compared with mothers of children with no chronic illness. One aspect of their stress includes the constant worry about food and always looking for allergen-free products, as well as checking the ingredients list. Our group aims to alleviate the stress of parents who have kids with allergies. In accordance with the data previously mentioned, we conducted a school-wide survey and discovered that many parents and kids with allergies found it difficult to trust products and companies unless each product was specifically and thoroughly researched. Other concerns include how they need to go out of their way to find allergen-free products and their higher price point. Our solution is to create a platform where we will sell allergen-free and organic products for a cheaper price than usual.
We will consult with the Japanese Society of Allergology for each product to ensure that they are all allergen-free and/or organic. For now, our platform will be purely online. Our data-driven platform tells our customers what's in a product and if it's safe for them based on personal standards, specific allergens, and the JSA certifications. There will be a monthly subscription fee of 1,000 yen in order for customers to gain access to the platform.
The customers will access the products through our online store. As you can see, we have already created a website where potential customers can purchase products, find our mission statement, and contact us with any questions they may have. If it is the user's first time on our website, they will be prompted to enter details regarding their allergies and preferences. Next, we will recommend goods that match their criteria and also display the full lineup of goods that we have to offer. The customers will choose the right products for them, and the goods will be shipped directly to their address.
Our vision is to have a three-way beneficial relationship between the brands we collaborate with, Naturbee, and our target. As an incentive for these collaborations, we will allow these brands to give out tester products, given that they are proved to be safe, or general products that our customers will be able to write reviews and give feedback for the products. Through this partnership, we desire to obtain products at a cheaper price in order to help parents get affordable items.
For our revenue model, as can be seen, we have an operations side and a marketing side. Through our collaborations with brands, we will buy organic products. Then those products will be delivered. For the marketing side, we plan to have advertisements on a range of platforms. In addition to this, we will allow other companies to advertise their services on our website and app, which will create revenue as well.
In terms of competition, there are various online platforms where users are able to buy and directly receive goods. However, we hope to distinguish ourselves from these larger online retailers by focusing on doctor-approved quality goods.
Our total addressable market would be about 214,000 users. Our serviceable available market, assuming 1% as the market, is 21,410 people. Finally, our serviceable obtainable market, assuming 0.1% of the total available market, is 2,141 people in the beginning stages of our company.
So here's our go-to marketing strategy. Our first step is to get as many contacts as possible from ward centers who are interested in our services. By having a small group of people invested in helping our service expand, we will then be able to use their feedback in order to further improve our services. Next, we'll gradually gain more customers through advertising our products, services on baby magazines and TV ads through the profit we make from the monthly subscription. At the same time, we would like to maintain a partnership with the JSA and companies that are trying to find solutions for food allergies in order to help each other out and better the lives of those who are dealing with food allergies. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Adam, and today I'm here with my colleagues Kyler and Eddie, and today we're here to present Drinkbox. My story. I've lived in Japan my entire life, and ever since I was a young boy, I've known that plastic waste in Japan is a problem. But not until the summer of 2020 did I truly realize this. When me and my friends went to the beach in the summer, we chose a place in the middle of nowhere due to COVID. When we arrived, my eyes scattered the horizon and saw a looming monstrosity of plastic bottles inside the ocean. In the middle of nowhere, I witnessed a crisis unfold right in front of my eyes. Every year, 30,000 animals die because of plastic pollution. I constantly hear people say, we're going to make a change, but where is the change? This is when we realized that we needed to be the ones to make the change, to not only save our lives, but to save the lives of the animals and to save the lives of the people of tomorrow.
After looking for places of sources of plastic waste in Japan, we decided to focus in on plastic bottles and vending machines. In Japan, across the entire nation, there are 740 plastic bottles purchased every second, and there are 23 people for every one vending machine. This incredibly high number of plastic bottle production, as well as an incredibly high vending machine density population, is incredibly detrimental to the climate crisis that Japan has deemed a national emergency. And in order to battle this, we came up with our product, Drinkbox.
Drink Box is a vending machine that does not use plastic bottles, but instead uses your own refillable water bottle. The vending machine actually operates quite similarly to a regular vending machine in Japan. Same pay methods, cash, suica, passmo. We have 6 drinks inside the vending machine at all times, depending on whatever is on demand. We also have 3 different stations to refill your water bottles. You can also choose the amount of the drink you actually want. We have different ranges of ml, ranging from 350 ml, 500 ml, and 750 ml. Price varies based on the drink you get and the amount for the drink that you get. In addition, we also have a UV light to disinfect and sanitize vending machines.
Along with all the great features that Adam mentioned, we also have a great thing about the Drink Box is that it actually has the internal specs that are very similar to a soda fountain, which can be found in many fast food restaurants. So accounting for the material cost along with the reformatting fee for to fit the Drink Box product, we are looking at about $3,500 per unit, and that is not including the mass production reduction from that. We plan to implement drink boxes into schools where people will be carrying water bottles, and because schools are home to many vending machines, they actually for location fee, they either provide it for free, which would be great, or they also accept a percentage of the profits made from Drinkbox.
As my colleague Carla mentioned, we are targeting high school and college campuses. This is because there's a strong association between students and being politically active and environmentally aware, and this plays to our advantage. We surveyed our student body and found that 70% of all students carry their water bottles to school and work on a daily basis. We then also offered if we were to fill their water bottles with coffees, teas, and sodas, and as an alternative to vending machines with plastic bottles, 84% said that they would fill their water bottles. And then we tested this. For our minimum viable product, we created a prototype that actually filled their water bottles in 3 different serving portions, 350, 500, and 750 milliliters. And I will now give our profit margins at 500 milliliters, as 70% of our sales were at 500 milliliters. Our most popular product was Royal Milk Tea, which has a profit margin of 180%, and then green and black tea at 142%, and then Coke at 33%. And now for more details on our team. I'm Eddie Rogers, and I'm a co-founder of Drinkbox, but also the co-founder and CEO of the Students Against the Virus Entrepreneurship Program.
I'm Adam Platek, and I'm the co-founder of Drinkbox and also the head marketer in Bath Sanitizer.
My name is Kyler Caldwell, and I'm the co-founder of Drinkbox and the founder and CEO of Genki Products Japan. And we think that with your help, we can create a better tomorrow, one drink at a time. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Sabrina.
And I'm Adam.
And today we want to talk about the Sex Ed Initiative. We decided to take on this project because there is a lack of proper sexual education in local Japanese junior high schools. More than 40% of Japanese students are dissatisfied with their sexual education, and 30 to 35% don't receive any kind of sexual education. This is an example of a health textbook, and you can see that they are all fully clothed. This is because the Ministry of Education in Japan has deemed words related to sex and these images to be too inappropriate for young children. This misplaced modesty and censorship has major effects on the young generation here and can lead to issues like sexual assault and simply not understanding their own bodies and relationships. The Sex Ed Initiative is an app that provides reliable resources of in-depth and uncensored sexual education. It will have the ability to have group discussions, read empowering stories, and build a community. We hope that through education and creating a movement to push the talk of sexual education for Japanese students, we can give them an opportunity to control their bodies more.
As for our target market, we're specifically focusing on Japanese junior high school students, teenagers, because early intervention is most effective for issues such as sexual education. Government data estimates that approximately 300,000 students, in Japan, there are approximately 300,000 students in junior high school. And 30 to 35% of these students do not care about the reasons and consequences of sexual education. Our market strategy, because of these teenagers, is to focus on social media and celebrity influence. And we hope to connect to these kids through these outlets. Specifically, one of the ways we're going to do this is by creating a clothing brand. A clothing brand to spark the conversation around sexual education.
This incorporates our initial revenue model by creating a brand and selling merchandise such as sweatshirts, sweatpants, and other goods, as this is a popular trend among young people now. This will not only help us fund to jumpstart our message and app, but it will also be a means to encourage students to use the app and incentivize them to learn more about sexual health and education. And based on previous clothing brands started by students here at ASIJ, we know that a reasonable price for sweatshirts would be about 1,500 to 2,500 yen. And simply starting sales at our own school would be able to fund our organization at the beginning. We would also plan to partner with associations such as Advocates for Youth and the UN Sexual and Reproductive Health Agency to gather educational resources that fit younger individuals in a society that is overwhelmed with the notion of keeping faith.
Some of the key features of our app are going to include the first page being similar to Instagram feed, where people can get current event news on sexual education in Japan. Our second page is going to be an education tab similar to Khan Academy, where students can log in and go through specific coursework that is blunt, clear, and concise. Our third one is going to be a chat room where past victims of sexual assault and people who are looking to just create a community around this issue can get together and discuss topics about this. And our fourth page would be about selling our products and selling all these clothes.
And regarding our competition, there is Tell Lifeline, Human Rights Now, and numerous safety apps out there. So how we are special is that we are focused on the young Japanese students, and we are more focused on early intervention, as starting from a young age and learning about sexual assault is the most productive way to prevent things like sexual assault and other issues related. So we have created these goals, for example, allowing the app to contain sources about sexual education and seeing how many number of people are going to use that app and use the provided resources. And we have also thought about having organized place to speak about issues and a more proper and full understanding of sexual education. And this is how we're going to check to see like if it's working or not.
Continuing on that point, we've had time to work on our project and have a few lunch table discussions with our friends about ideas around sexual education and the experiences they've had in their own education. We specifically asked what they would want to have seen more of and what they would want to have seen less of. But we also tested by sending them reliable resources on sexual education and asked them to provide feedback. Based on this, we realized that students are more willing to participate in deeper conversations when it is in a larger group. Furthermore, we created a website and with reliable resources that we would sell our merch on, and that has different pages for sexual education. Finally, after surveying many students, they supported the idea that when we sell merchandise, when it comes to them, they would have information within these boxes about sexual education. This is us. Thank you.
Just what we do every day.
We're Sharon, Dhruv, and Shreya, and we're here to pitch about BNW. BNW is a third-party organization strengthening communication between brands and garment factories.
Sorry. So we've decided to focus on fast fashion industry for problem and do some research on it. We found out that due to the COVID-19 outbreak, the livelihoods and economic condition of the workers of garment factories in Bangladesh have been disproportionately impacted. Concretely, the workers are treated unfairly by getting underpaid or not receiving full payment for their work, as many retailers cancel orders, refusing payment due to the outbreak of COVID. According to a report by Pennsylvania State University, half of Bangladesh suppliers had their orders canceled. And of the Bangladesh garment factory workers, 80% were not properly paid for their work due to the cancellation of the orders. Thus, we wanted to help those who are facing this issue of unfair treatment by acting as a mediator between the garment factories and the fashion brands.
A pay up campaign was started on social media to raise awareness on brands that weren't paying their factory workers during the pandemic. But like all social media trends, this must come to an end. B&W aspires to be a company that helps inform consumers about the labor practices of the brands that they shop from. A survey sent out to the ASIJ senior class helped us conclude that 90.2% of our respondents would shop more consistently from brands that were ethical. 58.5% of people would not shop from brands that don't follow labor law. Through the Contact Us form on our website, brands can reach out to us to become part of our initiative. Then we will evaluate them based on the work atmosphere, minimum wage, and environmental impact. Following all three of these aspects will lead to the brand obtaining our seal of approval, which will be reevaluated every year to make sure that brands are in this for the long run.
One of the biggest competitors of our service is Fairtrade, an organization that helps producers in developing countries achieve sustainable trade relationships by adding payment of higher prices to exporters, as well as improving social and environmental standards. Similar to our solution, Fairtrade also supports the producers by pursuing prices that aim to cover the average cost of the production. However, they're also advocating better working conditions and a ban on discrimination, forced labor, and child labor. Reflecting on Fairtrade's ideas and solutions, we believe that we could also advocate those same things in order to create a more sustainable environment for our company.
For our revenue model, we initially won't be able to make this seal of approval by ourselves. We'll have to use online services. And so for that, why I tried to look around, it would generally cost around 16 cents to produce one. And since it would cost way too much to currently make one for each and every apparel piece, clothing that our potential brands might produce, we decided to currently stick with having one at the front of each shop of all the brands that we partner with. We also plan to have donations open on our website, anywhere between $5 to $10 per donation. In our survey, we could see that there are a lot of people who are fairly interested in this, and so we think that this would be a good way to generate revenue. We also plan on making money from Google AdSense, as each click on a Google AdSense ad can give anywhere between 20 cents to $15. We also plan to get money from company partnerships, which I will explain in a bit. We expect to be in losses when we start off initially. This is because of our entry into market plan. We plan to start off as a free service and reach out to different brands in order to promote ourselves and let consumers know that we are credible, while we keep on gathering more information and create more partnerships between more brands. Eventually, we'll swap over to an annual recertification fee system, where at the start of each year, brands will have to pay a certain amount of money in order to be in a partnership with us. This money would go to producing multiple different sorts of seal of approvals for each and every piece of clothing that our partnership companies will produce. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi. So Lotus is an online platform where students can immerse themselves in foreign cultures.
We believe our platform can serve as a way to raise global citizens who are much needed in our current society. Leveraging our cultural background, we're first launching our product as a platform to connect people interested in Japanese culture. 34.8% of foreign students in Japan indicated that their reason for studying in Japan is because of their interest in Japanese culture, such as anime and manga. Wotis will tap on these Japanese cultural interests that foreigners have. Our initial target is foreign students in Japan and make Wotis their gateway tool to immerse themselves in Japanese culture. As we grow, we would like to make Wotis a platform where you can immerse yourself in cultures of every single country from around the world.
According to our data from 67 foreign high school students studying in Japan about their favorite Japanese cultural interest, anime was first, followed by Japanese sports, J-pop, food, and arts. This is what our demo app looks like. First, it's organized by countries, and as you can see, 6 countries are currently shown. And after you click Japan, for example, you see various cultural interest groups. And then, after clicking a cultural interest group of anime, you see a 24/7 chat thread, a 24/7 video call, and featured rooms. This is an example of an anime watch party occurring in one of the featured groups. We are watching Kimetsu no Yaiba in this case.
Our revenue will be generated in 2 ways. Advertisements that are relevant to the subgroups within each culture will enable companies to attract desired customers while allowing the customers to explore services that are related to their interests, such as Piccoma, an online manga reading site for students passionate about manga. If students or companies choose to run paid events on our platform, we'll take a percentage of their profits to generate revenue. We'll deliver our product to our customers in 4 ways. First, through forming partnerships with companies with similar goals with respect to spreading cultures, they will be able to reach their customer base. Next, by advertising our product service on prominent social media platforms, you'll be able to specifically attract our target market of students. In addition, our app-based platform, using existing infrastructure such as Zoom, will enable a wide range of students to access our service. Lastly, we'll incentivize students by offering volunteering opportunities for them to teach about their culture to foreign students of different cultures by acting as moderators and organizers of the featured rooms.
Thank you. Please give us feedback using this QR code.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Ian.
I'm David.
I'm Luke. And we present to you Smile Support. Recent studies have shown that due to COVID, mental health problems are on the rise. But have we seen an increase in visits to the school counselor? No. We surveyed our fellow students why this is the case. We found that students feel uncomfortable talking to someone about deeply personal issues. The topics of conversation may be too private or are simply embarrassing to talk about. Seeking help entails exposing yourself and being vulnerable, and this is something that not all may be ready to do. By not reaching out, students are being neglected of the care they deserve. We have expected all students to be comfortable with having these types of conversations. This is why we present to you Smile Support. This service is needed as an overwhelming amount of research has shown that leaving poor mental health untreated will only make the issue worse. Our solution aims to help people reach out rather than address the normalization and stigma of mental health and its treatment.
Our solution to this issue is to create an online platform that connects students with SEL counselors with the comfort of the conversation being private. The students will have the option to join the call and interact with the counselor anonymously. This allows the student to flesh out all of their concerns regarding their mental health without having to worry about the fear of being judged. Our vision is to have an app which can host the video calls with a calendar feature where you can book an appointment in the time slots available. Standard calls will last about 30 minutes, but if the student feels that they need to extend the call, that can be done as well. Once you schedule an appointment, you can have the call with your counselor with the option to blur your video and distort your voice to hide your identity.
In order to test our service, we created a video that demonstrates what our platform would look like and how students would be able to use it. It goes through the different features such as booking an appointment with the calendar and having an anonymous call with your counselor. In addition, we implemented a button on our website that people can click if they're interested in our idea that also notifies us with how many people have shown interest so that we're able to gauge the relative demand there is for our service through the use of Google Analytics. After sharing our website and video with our grade, we were able to accumulate around 50 clicks, meaning there are 50 people who were interested in our service. Although our sample size is relatively small, since it was only sent out to the senior class, we believe it's still an important piece of data that gives us a good look at how students feel about social emotional learning, given that seniors have the most high school experience. Ultimately, our mission is to provide help for those who need it, but feel uncomfortable in doing so. However, we also feel that this is a first step towards being able to normalize counseling and therapy in general. We believe that this is possible through our service, Smile Support. If you have any feedback for us, please feel free to scan the QR code. Thank you.
Thank you. Wait, Mr. Gonzalo, how do we switch communication? You don't need to play that. Did you touch the screen? In theory. In theory. Go ahead, try this. There you go.
Hello, I'm Kyle Watanabe, and my teammates David Bass and Max Avon and I are pitching an anonymous dating app called Butterfly. Butterfly aims to help people create long-term relationships with an emphasis on personality while also making it a stress-free process. Having seen others miss their opportunity to pursue their crush due to a variety of reasons, we believe that these missed opportunities must come to an end. Therefore, we are committed to fixing this cause. The problem we're trying to solve is that people often prioritize their selection of partners based on their looks over personality, leading to long-term unsuitability and heartbreaking divorces and breakups. In addition to this problem, we want to address the issue of people missing the opportunity to pursue their crush due to shyness, fear of rejection, and other reasons. We discovered the severity of this issue after conducting a survey. We anonymously surveyed 19 high schoolers to investigate the reasons for why people didn't pursue a relationship. And the biggest reason was not enough time, followed by fear of rejection and people finding out. We catered our solution to directly tap into these issues.
Thank you, Kyle. Now I'd like to talk about our solution. Our solution is Butterfly, an anonymous matchmaking app that prioritizes personality over appearance and other superficial matters. And we also want to make this a community-based app. And what we mean by this is to target certain communities such as colleges, schools, and so on, to bring people that may not know each other in these communities closer together. So we made a very brief and MVP type of prototype here. And first we wanted to focus on the sign-up features. With this kind of app, we find it very important that only one person has one account to reduce the amount of trolls and bad people on this kind of an app. To do this, we're going to use the Apple ID system, making it so that only one Apple ID could have one account on this app. And of course, we're going to target our age range of from 16 to 26. And also when signing up, they're going to have to make a bio. However, this profile will not be shown until halfway through this process. So the features of our app go around 3 steps and possibly more. The first step is that there's going to be a minimum text count of 6 before these 2 people could have any other information about the other than what they're saying. We want this to be true so that personalities can be what truly shines through here without anything else affecting it. And then if the 2 people agree mutually that they would like to see each other's bios, we'll keep talking without it, or even move on to the next person. Whatever they mutually decide on will happen. And if they see each other's bios, they could continue talking. We want it to be like this so that it's a very personality-based process.
Thank you, Max. Now I will go into the market gaps. After assessing the market for anonymous dating apps, we discovered that our effective combination of personality-based, anonymous, community-based, and all-gender dating app is completely unique to us, and no other software has these important features in one single app. We do, and we will build off of this market gap. Next slide, please. To find the market, we anonymously surveyed 21 students in our high school to find out whether or not they would be interested in an app where they can anonymously find a partner within the community. 1/3 of people said yes, 2/3 said they want to learn more, but most importantly, not even a single person responded no. The lack of even just a single no strongly suggests that our idea would at the very least gather interest from a target market around this age group. Therefore, our target market will be college students between the ages of 18 to 26, living in college towns in the US, such as Ann Arbor, Michigan, and Poughkeepsie, New York. We plan to advertise Butterfly through Instagram and Snapchat, and these apps not only are used by this age group most frequently, but also allow advertising based on age group, demographic, and location, so we can pinpoint our target market cost effectively and efficiently. Our revenue model is designed to yield high profits while maintaining financial sustainability, and our prices are much cheaper than that of dating apps such as Tinder and Bumble, which would allow college students to afford our app subscription plan. If we have just 50,000 customers on our VIP plan and 100,000 people on our Platinum plan, we can earn $8.28 million in annual profit. Thank you for listening to our Butterfly pitch. And judges, don't let this opportunity fly you by. Thank you.
So that was the final student pitch. And we're open for Q&A if anyone has questions.
Thanks, Jason. How would you like to go about it? I know there's some people who would definitely have questions or comments. Do you want to pick on them, or what's the easiest way for you?
It's a good question. If you could facilitate the choosing of people, I'm having a little trouble switching my screen at the moment.
Sounds good. As of right now, everyone in the audience, are there some people who would like to specifically comment or have any questions? I know from my side, there are a couple QR codes that were permission denied. So we could open up the QR there. I think it will be great. Would anyone want to start off? I particularly thought that it was great that you guys had such a wide open range of products and services, and I was particularly interested in how you went about even finding problems. That's one of the main things of entrepreneurship in itself. So how we had such a wide range of speeches and presentations, how your class went about finding those in the beginning.
Well, I'll give you the initial context on that, and then there may be some students that are willing to share some of their process. Though they're looking at me right now. They want to shoot me for that. Young Founders Summit is an organization run by, is an event really, run by an organization in Singapore called Smarter Me. And I think this is the 4th year they've been running it. And this year, they provided students with 5 different pillars, change pillars that they felt students could then contextualize a particular problem within. So there was one on health and wellness, one on food and agriculture, our planet, refresh my memory. Education, what was the last one? Was it work? And so the students in their teams then decided which one of those pillars they wanted to explore more deeply. And then as a group, they figured out what specific problem within that broader context was actually of interest to them. So that was the broad strokes that we used. And then they had some time to network and brainstorm and figure out how they wanted to proceed. And mainly work just within the teams in order to figure that out. If anyone has any specific questions for specific groups, you can let Taco know and I can ask those students to come up, or if you have questions about process, you're certainly welcome to ask me.
For everyone in the audience, feel free to unmute your mics and speak up. You don't have to use the chat. We can talk directly to the class right there too. So for any of you guys in here who'd like to comment or question, please feel free to do so. Don't be afraid.
Trust me, my students are more afraid of you than you are of them.
Well, if nobody goes, then I go. So I'm Ralph. Hi.
Hi.
I can't switch on my camera, but I'm sitting in a dark room because I was not supposed to have the camera on. Yeah, thanks to everybody. I think it was a really great and impressive startups or ideas. And it also, to us older generation, it also shows very nicely what the problems are and the thoughts are that the younger people have. And I found it very interesting. I have one question to the first group, the Ambitio or Ambitio, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. How you would like to manage the quality control, or if you do plan like a rating for the tutors, and who is doing this, the parents or the students or something like that. If you could comment on this, I appreciate that.
Right, so after a first session that we would record, parents would get to watch and rate the tutors, and on the app, tutors would have a 5-star rating or scale of 5 stars, and this will help parents know what tutors may be better and fit their child better. And also, while choosing tutors who can be a tutor, they will get teacher recommendations, and they will have to prove that their grades are good enough and that they are doing well in school and are able to help other people.
And also, sorry, as we mentioned, there's also going to be regulations with safeguarding and everything from the coordinator at our school, just to make sure that it's appropriate that they're tutoring middle school students.
Yeah. I mean, you could also think maybe of a rating system that is based on how much grade the improvement was of the student that was tutored. So I don't know if this is realistic or good to implement, but yeah, thank you very much. So I found it very interesting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ralph.
Any other questions for any other teams or for me?
Anyone else in the audience?
Can I jump on?
Of course, Furika-san, please do so.
Great. I too was impressed with by all the presentations that you guys did. I do not really have the specific questions of the specific team, but I do have the comments and probably also suggestions that for some of the teams might want to consider. That the presentation that who are speaking to their own stories and then also describe or help the audience to visualize the issues of customers, starting out with their own story, were actually much more impactful. And so I found the presentation by it was at the drink guy. I don't quite remember the exact
drink box.
Drink box was pretty impressive. It's still they are hanging in there, in my head. That's partly because that they started out with their own story that really personalized, like in a story to describe their issues facing the customers. And so I would suggest the other teams to think about how to incorporate a day in the life of the customer that you're talking about. And I'm not sure if, Jason, if you have covered in your course, things like customer persona or a customer journey map and things like that. So I would suggest all the teams to talk a little bit more about the customers. So that will probably help our audience to grasp the sort of like, more vivid image of who we are talking about that they're catering to.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Thank you, Fujikawa-san. I know the students have to go in a little bit for their buses. I know that, but if there's any last minute questions or comments, and Jason, is there any way that we can potentially get in touch with you or the audience can get in touch with you? That way we can keep the conversation going.
Yeah, I'm happy for you to share my email, or I can put it up, whichever's easier.
Sure, I'll go find that while we get some other questions from the audiences then.
Any other questions
or comments?
Hey, Tuck, jump in as well, if you guys don't mind.
Hello. All set for you.
Hi, guys. So I've had the chance to work with these students the last couple of months, and I think they're awesome. The pitch was great, you guys. You guys all did amazing. Super impressed, and I get a chance to watch thousands of pitches, and still, I think you guys as young students tend to impress me better than some of the 30-year-olds that I've seen pitch. So well done to all of you guys. I took like pages and pages of notes, so I'm not going to go through individual questions, but Jason, I'll email them all to you so that you can share them with the teams. But there's like a couple of general things that I found that might help you guys improve like the smaller things on your pitch. So like number one thing I found is that not everybody needs to pitch, right? Just pick the person that is the most comfortable and the best pitcher that you guys have. And it can be one or two people. It can be all of you guys if that's what you feel. And then let the other people be part of the Q&A session, So just make sure that you introduce everyone and identify everybody on your team, but not everybody needs to pitch. So when I did my first pitch like 15 years ago, yes, I'm old. It was because like I and one other guy on the team pitched. And that was because we felt the most comfortable doing it. And at the end, we let all of our other team members also be part of the Q&A and do that whole session and let them step forward when their expertise was there, because some people are just more comfortable pitching than others. So that was one thing. The other thing was relating to your, like the way you identify your customer markets and the surveys that you guys do. So for example, I think it was like Butterfly. So you guys are targeting college students. I think your target market was 18 to 26, and you looked at some of these college university towns. That's great. So you have a clear market that you're identifying. However, you did your survey with 21 high school students. That's not your target market. So you're taking the information that you received from a survey of high school students and trying to relate it to a target market. That's quite different. Like a high school student are looking for different things than someone who's 18 or 22. So think about the relationship between the surveys that you guys do and the target markets that you're identifying. And then the last thing that I'll say, and of course I have lots more feedback as usual, is that, make sure that you guys qualify your statistics. If you're saying, we identified that 35% of, X market does this, where did you get that information from? Because that's the first thing I think, where is this from? Because if it's, great, if it's all qualified, wonderful, but some people are just throwing numbers out of the air. So I think as a person who's sort of judging your idea and like your market and the potential to go to market, I think, okay, is this stat qualified? Because if it is, this makes a lot of sense. If it's not, then maybe we need to dig a bit deeper. So that's my initial feedback. Jason, I'll send you my email. But thank you guys. And again, I think you guys did a great job. Wonderful pitches to all of you guys.
So Tuck, I'm going to have to wrap up in order to give them time to pack up and head to the buses.
Absolutely.
Do you want me to put my email up somewhere, or are you able to share?
I sent it on the chat for everyone in the on the Zoom. It should be legible. If not, then please feel free to get to me. I know, Jason, thank you so much for your time and all the students that are there. Congratulations again.
Oh, thank you, guys.
And we hope that, obviously don't miss your bus, but we
Yeah.
hope that you do very well this weekend. Good luck.
Thank you.
And we hope that, we can hear some good news when this is all over the weekend. And we hope to hear back from you then as well.
Cool. So one more view of the.
Good luck, everybody. Oh, your camera went off.
It turned off.
It turned off. Well, that might be a great wrap. But thank you so much to everyone who joined us in this session.
Thank you.
And thank you everyone for asking questions and commenting and taking part. For everyone that is around, feel free to join us in this networking session that we have provided for you digitally. And we can meet you there. It's called Remo. I'll send the link again in the chat. It might take a little bit of time to sign up, but if not, I will be there. My name is Talk, for those who don't know me. And until then, we have some other fun sessions going on the background, and also we have the networking going on. So thank you again for everyone who participated. We look forward to seeing you soon, if not at the latest session, but in our networking as well. So thank you very much, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys. Ralph, thank you for coming. Fujikawa Sensei, thank you for coming. Priya, thank you for coming. Much appreciated. For those of you who might want to go to the other sessions, this is also the link. 他のセッションを見たい方たち、こちらの、リンクを押していただければ、他のセッションにも移動することが可能なので、ぜひ押していただければと思います。While we're here, does anyone have any questions? 皆さん、質問などございますか？